What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be going over my top 5 chest exercises that you guys can be doing. In my last video like this, I did top 5 quad exercises, and you guys seem to like it, so I thought, hey, why don't I do this for every other muscle? So today, we're starting out with the chest. And in no particular order, the first exercise I have is the incline or flat machine chest press. Now, most of the other exercises on this list are very simple, but this one has a bit of a catch because there are many different kinds of chest press machines that aren't as good as others. So for example, for the most part, most of those hammer strength machines aren't the best because they actually, if you look at the lever arm, the arm hits 90 degrees with the floor in the most contracted position, and that's been shown to not cause as much muscle growth as if you were getting more force in the stretch position. And most of those machines don't allow you to go through a amazing range of motion. They kind of stop short. So I do think that chest press machines are amazing. You just have to find one that can provide nice, smooth, and consistent tension throughout the range of motion. So ideally for me, that would be with a weight stack or provide more tension in that stretch position. So if you've watched any of my upper body day videos and stuff like that, recently I've been doing this incline machine press with the lever arms, and it really prioritizes the stretch position because the arm reaches a 90-degree angle with the floor in that bottom range of motion, so we're getting most tension at the bottom, and it has all the other benefits of a machine for it being stable. And the way I do it, you can even do it unilaterally. The only thing I don't really like is that I always like one that converges to get a little bit more of that contraction. Now that's probably not that important. I just said the stretch is more important anyway. I just think it feels good. But if you can find a good chest press machine that prioritizes the stretch, allows you to get a really deep range of motion, and feels good, then it's definitely on the list. And next, we are going to go with the barbell bench press, incline or flat, doesn't really matter. A staple in many people's chest days. I do think that this is a great exercise for the pectoral muscles. You never see someone bench pressing 315 who has a small chest. Everyone who's bench pressing has a big chest. Now, do you have to bench press? No. There are some limitations with the bench press for me. Anyway, you can't get as great of a range of motion, and I also find that it can flare up my shoulder. I did injure my shoulder before on the bench press, so a little bit of an iffy there, but overall it's a fantastic compound lift that's going to absolutely smash your chest but also hit your triceps and your shoulders. I mean, that's pretty much standard with any pressing movement, but bench press, solid movement. You should include it if you don't already. And next, I'm going to go with an incline dumbbell press. And notice how I didn't also say flat dumbbell press. Well, this is because I really prefer the incline dumbbell press. And there's one main reason for that. And I always find the flat dumbbell press to be really kind of wobbly. This is just for me. For someone like you at home, the flat dumbbell press might be a perfectly great option. But for me anyway, I don't know, I've always been doing incline dumbbell press, and it just feels a lot more stable. I'm a lot more used to the range of motion. So if I'm making this list based on what I like, that's the dumbbell press variation that I would do. Obviously provides lots of tension throughout the range of motion, and you get a great range of motion because it's dumbbells. You can go past your chest, whereas the barbell, it will stop at your chest. So I think that this is probably a slightly better exercise than the regular bench press for hypertrophy. Maybe not for strength, but if we're going on purely on muscle growth, you're going to be able to get a lot more range of motion because the dumbbells can go past your chest. And I know most people, when I see them do this exercise, they stop the dumbbells way before they go past their chest. So stop ego lifting, lighten the weight, go past your chest, and get the benefits of using the dumbbell by getting a bigger stretch. Next, we got some fly variations. I'm going to go with the pec deck. I don't know. I freaking love a pec deck. I think it feels amazing. It's really smooth. The only minor gripe I would probably have with the pec deck is some machines don't allow you to go deep enough. So I would definitely recommend like putting a pad or something behind your back so you can get that really deep stretch and then come for that nice contraction. If you can get a machine where you can go through that full range of motion like that, I think it's a great machine variation for a fixed movement path for a fly that will absolutely isolate your chest and absolutely light it up. So if you do have a pec deck and you can get a really deep range of motion, that would be an exercise on my top 5. Now, the pec deck is great, but if I had to actually just pick one fly movement, it would be the seated cable chest fly. I think this is the best way to do flies. I think it's slightly better than the pec deck, though they're both great. If you prefer one over the other, it's not a real difference. I just like the seated cable chest fly because you can move in the way it's free moving. Basically, the cables are free moving. I just think the cables are a little bit more smooth. So really, they're both great exercises. You can pick which one you like. So I prefer the cables. I think it's a little bit smoother and you don't really have to worry. You can get really, really deep. And I even actually use like a foam roller. I put it behind my back so I can get even more scapular retraction. I think the seated cable chest fly is an amazing variation. I would also give an honorable mention to the low to high cable chest fly. I think it can be a great exercise. The only thing is I think a lot of people do it wrong and a lot of people feel their front delt and bicep take over when they do that. So while it is a great exercise for the upper chest and I mean the whole chest in general, when done properly, I think it takes a lot more time to learn the form and the technique to properly engage your chest. So I think for most people, the regular standard seated cable chest fly is probably a better option. But those are my top 5 exercises. So let me know in the comments if you agree with me, if there's a different exercise you would have here. Obviously, this is just my opinion, and these are really in no particular order. These are all 5 God tier freaking chest builders. Gonna absolutely smash your chest. So if you have enjoyed, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.